Welcome to the Board Game Network. I'm going to be explaining how to play this game called We Come in Peace today. And here's your setup. You're going to take one of these circles. You're going to put your core in the middle. You are going to put your cities out here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 cities, and everything should have green up. There's red on the back side, green on another side, so everything should have green up. These are your 6 planets here around the side, and whoever the first player is, he's going to take the white dice. These are defense dice. The person to the right of the first player is going to take the black dice. Those are the attack dice. You're going to set up round 2 and 3 with 3 more black and a white, 3 more black and a white for round 3, and you're going to have one of each color, so red and yellow and blue icons on there. So the attacker, the person to the right of the first player, is going to roll dice, and he's going to get some icons on there. So he's got different color ones. He's got one of each color. And these simply have either a blank face, which means nothing attacked, or it's got a single attack, or 2, or 3. And that's all that's on there. So then the defender, the current player, he's going to roll his dice, and he can roll up to 3 times. He can pick as many up as he wants. He can save as many as he wants. And re-roll, he gets to re-roll up to 3 times all 3 dice. And what he has on here is the active player on the defense dice is he's got the different colors. He's got 1 blue, 1 yellow, or 1 red that defends, and he has a missile, and he has an interceptor, and he has a rebuild. So in the case of we have 3 yellow, if I rolled a yellow, that would stop one of the 3 missiles from happening, or one of the 3 attacks, so I would still take 2 damage. If you roll an interceptor, and the color has to match, so I can gang up. So if I had 2 yellows, I could stop 2 of the yellows that way. If I have an interceptor blocks a whole dice. It stops a whole dice, so no matter how many attacks made it through. A missile actually attacks all the other players, even though you're defending, and a rebuild rebuilds some damage. So let's just say, okay, here is what we rolled. We rolled 3 red, 3 blue, and 3 yellow. And let's say I rolled on defense an interceptor, a blue, and a rebuild. So in this case, then the attacker would pick out a dice and say, okay, I'm attacking with this one, and 1, he rolls a 1 on his green die, his sector dice, and that means the damage goes to planet number 1. And so 3 damage. What you do is you go from green to red is 1 damage, from red. If red is taking a damage, then it comes off. So that's 2 damage, 3 damage. And then we'll go to the next one, blue, and that's 5. So that's planet 5. And there was 3 damage, but 1 got blocked, so only 2 damage. So you're going to take one planet off. And then yellow is completely blocked because of the interceptor. Now a rebuild lets you rebuild 1 point on round 1. So I can choose one of these that has been damaged and repair 1. So I could flip this back over to green, or I could put this on as damaged, something like that. Then the defense dice get passed, the attack guy gets passed. Everybody just starts with a green die. There's enough green dice for everybody to have one. Now the new player, it rotates around. So who was the first player is now the attacker. Person to the left is now to the defender. And you go around, and once that comes back around to the start player, so the start player has the white dice again, Then we add more dice. We go into round 2. There's 3 more black and 1 more white. So 3 more attack dice, 1 more defense dice. However, if you look at this, the blocking blasters count as 2, the rebuild count as 2, and the missiles count as 2 on your white dice. So in round 2, we roll like this, and over here we get to roll and re-roll 3 times. So now, let's say we rolled a 3 red and I rolled a single red here. This would block 2 of the 3 attackers because it's round 2. And on round 3, it would block 3 of the attackers. Let's do a missile, which we haven't done yet. Let's say I kept a missile on my defense. So what happens is after I've taken all my damage here, I'm going to roll for this missile, and everybody else out here is going to be attacked on planet 6, but they're all going to roll their green dice, and if they roll the same number that I rolled, they actually block it and they get a rebuild. So on round 1 they can rebuild 1 point worth of damage, on round 2 2 points, on round 3 3 points of damage if they match your die. If they don't match your die, then they're going to take 1 point of damage in round 1, 2 points in round 2, or 3 points in round 3. And if you get to where you get to the core, so you've damaged the core, you flip it over just like any other planet, and you can actually take it out. And if the core is missing, then attacks will go all the way through. So even though 4 has not been damaged, a 1 here would damage this one if it took a point of damage on planet 1. And rebuilds work just the same on cores. You could put that in for 1 point or flip it back over for a 2nd point of rebuild. Then at the end of the game, all you do is count up your points. A core that is not damaged is worth 5 points. A damaged one is worth 1. A planet that's undamaged is worth 2 points, and a damaged one is worth 1. So you just total up all your points there, and you see who the winner is. So it's a very, very quick game. You only go through 3 rounds of rolling dice among all the players. So that's how you play this game called We Come in Peace. Make sure you tune into all of our videos here at the Board Game Network.